All right, so let's make a backing track for ourselves in Logic Pro so that we can practice some lead guitar. Now, there's a bunch of reasons why you may choose to do this, and I'm creating an empty track in Logic here. Um, let's do that with a session player, and we're going to create 3 tracks. Eventually, we'll create a drummer, bassist, and keyboard player, but go ahead and click Create. And then like I said, there's a bunch of reasons why you may choose to do this. And the first is like it can just be fun. And maybe you want to practice like playing over chord changes or something like that. It's a great place to start. It's a great place to explore and just set a bed down that you can play. But even if you're going to learn like a song or a new technique, sometimes it's good to recreate the chord structure in here doing something like this, and then you can speed it up and slow it down to bring it down to your comfort level or try it at different speeds as you're writing. There's a lot of reasons to give this a shot, honestly. So what we've done here is create 3 drummers. We don't need 3 drummers. We need a drummer, a keyboardist, and a bassist for our backing track. So let's start by choosing track 2. And then if this interface down here is not open for you, you can open up by double clicking on the track here in the timeline. And once that opens up, we're going to just click on acoustic drummer and let's change that to a bass player. And we need to choose the type of bass player we want this person to be. I'm going to choose modern R&B. And since I don't have that sound pack installed already, it's going to ask me to download. I'm going to download it. I know my battery is pretty high right now, so if your battery is low, it'll give you a warning if you're not plugged in, and say, hey, are you sure you want to be able to download this? So just make sure you've got plenty of space in there in your battery if you do need to download something. And then we're going to do the same thing for track 3, where instead of a keyboardist or instead of a bassist, we're going to choose a keyboard player. And you can choose the type of keyboard player you want. I think the default is freely. Yeah, let's just go with freely. And now we've got the basics of a backing track. It's going to sound super vanilla. So we are in the key of C major, as you can see up here, and 110 BPM. And that's pretty boring. And we're going to make some changes so that's not quite so boring. But let's change it to another key. Let's do a D major. It's a very common key in guitar world. And then we're going to use this Global Tracks menu expander, accordion, I guess, to open up the global tracks. And so here we can change chords. What I'm going to do is just set up a 4-bar background in this key. So we chose D major. So right now it's just playing just the D chord the whole time. That's pretty vanilla, and I don't even want to play the guitar on that. So like, let's change up the chords a little bit, and then we'll get into the sonics and making things sound a little bit better. Let's choose the pencil tool here, and then we can come down to the chord timeline here, and at each bar, if we use the pencil, it'll allow us to insert a chord. So I'm going to go, we'll keep D as our first chord, and then on the second bar, let's go with an E minor 7, hit enter to apply, and then we'll just keep continuing here. How about on the next bar, we'll do G major 7, and then we'll end it with a B minor 9. And so that's our 4-bar progression that we're gonna get working here. If you're not familiar with Logic as well, you can use this. It kind of looks like a ruler here to transport and kind of slide around. But up top where you see the bar counter, I'm going to go back to the pointer tool. Again, that's from this menu right here. If you slide select, you can set the amount of area that it'll loop. So now it's only going to loop the first 4 tracks. You can see that it's in loop mode here. So we can give this a listen. It's still pretty vanilla. All right, it's still pretty vanilla, but at least it's like, it's a little bit more interesting. Starting to sound like if I had the right band, I might want to actually play with that. So let's start by just changing around some stuff here with the keyboard channel. So any track, I should say, any track that you have selected, you can see how it would look in the mixer over here on the side, and you've got its options down below, like how often it plays a fill, what kind of movement it's got. I'm going to just kind of stick with intensity and complexity. I'm going to turn the complexity up, the intensity down, and see what happens. And you can always solo a track to see how it sounds. I mean, that's kind of it just sounds really mid. That could be cool if the sonics were a little bit different. So over here where we see how it would look in the mixer, and if you want to see the whole mixer, you can toggle that with X. Oops, go back to this interface. But I tend to often just use this on the side. This is the instrument itself. Let's try an electric. Oh, let's try an organ. That might be cool, a stereo organ. Nope, that is not cool. I do not like that at all. But let's try it. Let's try a different organ. Let's try a big jazz organ. No, I don't know. I hate that even more. Heavy metal organ? What is it? What is that? I'm not saying it's good, but it might be cool. No, nah, I ain't feeling that. Let's move on to something different. Let's try the Mellotron. Nope. Also not digging this. All right, hold on. We're gonna go with like the vintage electric. Always something in here for me. Let's maybe bring it down to like what's it? Let me turn the gain up. Some treble off. Starting to get a vibe to it. All right, let's also maybe add, I'm going to take off the reverb. I'm going to remove the reverb, or I'm going to replace it with a delay. Let's do just a real simple. Yeah, starting to get prettier. All right, I'm really not digging what the drummer's doing. I kind of dig what's happening with the bass, but I think it's a little too complex. I'm gonna turn the intensity down a little bit too. Yeah, really not feeling what's happening with the drummer here. So there's a lot of stuff we can do here. There's like the drummers themselves, funk rock, psychedelic rock, etc. Let's try psychedelic rock. And you might have to download some sound packs in order for these to work again. And then you've got different versions of those. Let's try colors. Digging that, it's a little complex. And I kind of want the snare to be a side stick. Digging that. So we actually got some good here, but it's begging me to be a little bit slower. So I'm going to bring that down. Let's try like 96. There we go. That's something I want to play a lead on top of. So those are kind of the basics of setting something up like this in Logic. If you haven't done it before, it can be super fun. I think it's time to take this into a little jam and see what happens. But I will put this, I'll put a link to this track up itself so that you can just play along with it whenever. I'm going to give it a little bit of shape. And yeah, hope you dug this. And this is just one of the many videos I'm doing in this season, which is the Winter Woodshed for guitarists over on 6tuningpegs.com. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you around. Cheers.